Please, Jesus Christ. All right, here we go. Here's the ad read. You ready for this? Here comes the greatest ad read in the history of podcasts. Here we go. Ready? This episode of Not Another Gaming Podcast is brought to you by Thrive Fantasy, the best place for daily fantasy sports and esports. Just pick a game that you want some action on and build your lineup from the available player props. Each prop is assigned a point value for both the over and the under based on how likely it is to hit. Hit the most props, rack up the most points, and win a share of the prize pool. It is that simple. Thrive has paid off over $1.5 million in cash prizes to date. So to start raking in your share of the dough, sign up using promo code WGG, and you will receive an instant match on your first deposit on up to $50. It used to be $25, but we love you too much to just give you $25. So now we're doubling it up. So to get started today, download the app on the Google Play Store or the iOS App Store and use promo code WGG, or you can even visit their website at thrivefantasy.com. Once again, that promo code is WGG, $50 for free in your pocket. So go download it and prop up with us today. Now, without further ado, please, and I do mean please, enjoy episode 218 of Not Another Gaming Podcast. We love you. Fuck.
One take Poppy.
That's me. Okay, here we go. Yo, welcome back to Not Another Gaming Podcast. It is your boy, Papa Dom. We are here. Episode 218 of the most illustrious, the most electric, the most effervescent podcast on the internet. And listen, as much as I would like to take credit, and as much as I would like to talk about me, I could not, and I do mean could not, never in my life could do this without my two beautiful co-hosts, which are here with me every single week, week in and week out. My fellow two internet dads, of course. First, we have the global director of social network operations for wickedgoodgaming.com, one of the best shellcasters in the game aside from myself, the one-man social media conglomerate, the titan of TikTok, the man who is tall and lanky, and he's always up for a couple of drankies, Chris P. What is good?
What is up, boys? No technical difficulties going on here.
None.
Nice and seamless, like always. I want to put you guys on to something really quick, because like Dom said, your boys out there, I'm a social media guru. I'm like the Gary V of this shit. Listen to these numbers. I'm just going to read the percentages, what they're up.
Give me the numbers.
In the past 28 days, tweets are down 20.1%. That's okay, though, because, quality over quantity. Tweet impressions are up 101.5%. Profile visits are up 60%. Mentions are up 18.2%. And followers are up 300. 28 days.
Quick question.
Yeah. Right,
do you mind if I crunch some numbers real quick on my calculator?
Yes, please do, sir.
Yeah, please.
Okay. So we are looking at,
my forehead looks fucking huge right now. Jesus Christ.
Divide it by 20, the number of tweets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Divide by 20, number of tweets. Yep, and then multiply that by 100. What was that? 108%?
Yes.
By 108%. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And we are looking at a big ol' 2 trillion%.
Wow. I mean, numbers don't lie.
Wow.
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
Absolutely.
2 trillion. Check the work too. Check.
No, but
Show
I don't
your
even
work.
have to fact check it, Bob. I don't even have to look at it. But all I'm saying is once Twitter rolls out this verification process again, if you have a big website that you read, you go to your news that's not wickedgoodgaming.com, we're on it as a source. So all I know is those blue check marks better come flying, because everyone knows blue check marks equal ass, and I am single as fuck, and I need that blue check mark, please. But I'm happy to be here with you guys. It's a nice Thursday night, and it's your boy Chris P, the tallest and the lankiest.
And, of course, my next co-host, you will find him here tomorrow, leading Team Degen to world first on Firebase Z for the Easter egg in COD Zombies. Listen, you've seen the guy before. You see him several days a week here on twitch.tv/wickedgoodgaming. You might have also seen him outside of your local Walgreens decline benching a couple of Toyota Yaris's in between CSGO matches. A guy who has absolutely, positively, never once in his life even gotten a whiff of anime. The clairvoyant, the perceptive, the ripped Dr. Bob. How are you?
You were doing so good, too.
Dude, I'm going to be honest. I can't flex because I'm way too fucking tired and my shoulder is way too sore. But I'm doing good. We are going live tomorrow. We're about an hour behind on the Die Machine Easter egg. I'm going to be honest, it was a little too easy. I think that's why they completed it way faster than we did. It was a little too easy in COD Zombies Easter egg standards, okay? We're going to say it might have been one of the easiest.
Wasn't worth the time.
Not even. Not what a waste. Oh my god, I had to take the day off of work and everything.
If it was a real Easter egg, if it was like a real one, then you would have world firsted it, but it wasn't worth your time.
I mean, we were legitimately only an hour, but we were an hour behind Noah J's team, and we were probably one of the first four stacks to actually complete it. Like they finished it 45 minutes to an hour later. We finished it. We weren't too far behind, but we got a fresh plate. You know, Listen, we're coming up to this clean slate, right? We're going live tomorrow. I think we're probably going to go live around noon, 12:30. Update goes live at 1. It's going to be me, Chris. It's going to be our pal, Ricky, a.k.a. Doug Dagnabbit, a.k.a. Modern Warzone, a.k.a. I think he's got a couple more that I can't. He's got a bunch. He's definitely got a bunch.
I'm not sure what his real name is.
And our pal, Bricky. We're going to be going for World First tomorrow. So tune in. I'm probably going to be live for, depending on how long the Easter egg takes, the majority of the day. Because from what I'm hearing, it's supposed to be more difficult than Die Machine. And Die Machine got completed in 2.5 hours, which is way too fast.
Way too fast. Listen.
So you're just going to be stocked up. Get the snacks, the coffee. I'm pissed them all out of Adderall, but you got to work with what you got.
I'll be by at 6 a.m.
Hey,
I have a jug of coffee. I have 4 monsters, some Jack Link's beef jerky, and I'm good to go.
Ooh.
Nice. All right, I can't wait. I'm excited.
What's his name? J2K?
Who?
Who's the other guy that you said?
Oh, Noah J.
Noah
Y2J?
J. I don't know. Yeah, Y2J. Yeah. Listen, Noah J is not even sleeping tonight because he's going to be fucking just up, awake at night, just seeing Bob's big fucking face. And he's just like, I can't close. Every time I close my eyes, I see his face.
I see the bottom of Bob's elbow.
You see that face? Noah J, you see that? You see that? That's it. You better not sleep. You better not. Because we're not. Team G-Gen's not. I'm going to be in the chat all day. We're going to have 9 computers going. 20 servers. I got on the phone with iTunes and I told them to fire up the most powerful servers for this episode. They told us Not Another Gaming Podcast is breaking into too many international charts. The servers can't handle it. I got on the phone with the CEO of iTunes. I told them to fire up the most powerful servers.
Hey.
And if you understand that joke, if you understand that meme, if you've seen that meme before, then we could be friends.
To be fair, I did get an email today from an agency that is asking us if we want to be featured on other smart devices.
Really?
Yes.
What other smart devices are there? I feel like we're like
Alexa and Echo Dot integration.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Alexa, play the #1 gaming podcast on Spotify.
Yeah. Alexa, who is the biggest bicep on the internet?
How the fuck does this thing hear you guys? I have my headphones
on. But before we just get a little too crazy, let's do a little segment that we like to call a weekend recap.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Christopher, how was your weekend?
My weekend was great, Dom. Thank you so much for asking. What I did this weekend was I went off the grid. I went north. I went like about 3 hours up north into Maine. No service where we're at. All you have is a little shitty Wi-Fi in the house. Excuse me. Still feeling it. But we went on a ski trip. And if you know me, I am extremely lazy and I do not do activities.
Incredibly athletic and hyper flexible.
Yes, sure. But first night we got there Friday, had a good time that night. Everyone was like, oh, we got to be up and ski tomorrow. We got to be up at like 8 a.m. And I'm just sitting there giggling because I'm not doing that. So I was left alone in this house in the middle of the woods for like 5 hours with nothing besides like deli meat and booze. And everyone's like, oh my God, are you going to be okay? Little do they know, that's my life not up there. I do that anyway.
I was going to say, that sounds like your apartment right now.
Yeah, so that's what I do. I woke up brutally hungover, and everyone's getting ready, and I'm sitting. I slept on the couch, and the big ass like floor to ceiling windows, and the sun's just beaming through. Woke me up at like 6 o'clock, running off a brolic 3 hours of sleep at that point. They all went. So I was like, all right, what am I gonna do? All right, let's whip up a bagel. Whip up a bagel. I paced around the house within that 5 hours, no exaggeration, 400 times. I didn't know what to do. I was just pacing around the house. Finally, I cracked into the booze, and while I was like first getting a buzz on, I was like, I'm gonna be alone in the house. So I'm not gonna get too drunk because I'm gonna have no one to talk to. I got no service. It stinks. So I just started bumping music and just like watching and gambling on college games on the TV. It was exquisite. Did that for the remainder of the weekend. Came home Sunday, anxiety on 10 billion because of everything in the 4 hours of sleep I was running on for the weekend. Sorry, like 6 hours, but yeah, that was that. And I just started feeling better probably yesterday. And tonight I'm going to nurse a couple drinks and get into the weekend tomorrow. But that was my weekend. Bob, how was your weekend, pal?
It was good. What the fuck did I don't think I did anything. I played a lot of Valorant. I streamed a bunch. I streamed the playthrough of the Medium. That is the Bloober team's most recent release. I'm gonna have a review. I'm gonna do maybe a 4 or 5 part walkthrough on YouTube. On the first episode, I'm gonna put in like a 10 to 15-minute review of what I thought of the game. And then, if you're so inclined and you would like to watch the rest of the walkthrough, I'll subsequently be updating parts of the walkthrough into YouTube. So I had a blast. I very much enjoyed the Medium as a game, as a story. However, it's incredibly poorly optimized for PC. It came out on PC, it came out on Xbox. You okay?
I just dropped my vape. I apologize.
Everybody I know who played it on Xbox Series X has no issues. 0 issues on Xbox Series X. However, everybody I know playing it on PC is having the same exact problems that I have been having, which is completely unsteady frame rate dipping into the single digits. My game at one point crashed 6 or 7 times in a row. So I probably had a cumulative a dozen or so crashes in the game. I had to update my graphics drivers. I had to verify the integrity of my files in Steam. Found one file that was not verified. It had to re-download the entire game, and then I could complete it. So,
sounds fun.
Even after all of that, the game was still chugging at a pretty low, inconsistent FPS. But, and this is a big old but, back that fucking thing up on me. But,
Okay.
but
what the fuck?
But the game is so fucking good. The game itself is so good, and I think it's worth anybody playing it, especially if you have it on Game Pass. If you have Game Pass, it's free to play. So, it's 100% worth it on Game Pass. However, on PC, you should probably wait for an update or a patch because the frame rate inconsistency it's nauseating and it breaks all of the immersion. Like when I'd play it for like 3 to 4 hours at a time, and I would get so drawn into the story and the atmospheric horror of the game, and then it would stutter and hit single digit frames, and I'd be like, "Great, I'm out now." Everything, like the tension that was building up, I got none of it left. So
Blue balled you.
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't experience that, it would have been like it would have been like a 9 out of 10 game for me.
But it was still good enough that you had to throwing it back into your video game, like snap preview, fucking knee jerk reaction. You talked about throwing it back within that minute and a half you were just talking.
Yeah.
So you would throw it back for the Medium.
I would let the Medium throw back for me.
Ooh,
the Shmedium.
That's real. That's real.
The Shmedium.
Shmedium.
As for
How was your
me,
weekend, Don?
Yeah, as for me, nothing crazy really happened. Just like hung out at home, hung out with the dog. He's learning so fast. We're taking him to puppy kindergarten. He's doing great. He's asleep right now, or else I'd have him on the show. But played some video games. Just been doing some raid progress in WoW. Playing a lot of Magic the Gathering Arena because the new set Kaldheim came out, and the entire theme of the set is like heavy metal Vikings. So it's pretty fucking amazing. So I've just been obsessed with it. Went to my friendly local game store with one of our friends of the program, Friends of Real Life, one of the folks from Gemhammer and Sons, Joe, who is a proprietor of that friendly local game store, to get my pre-releases for that. And so that was great. Looking forward to playing more of that. I'm officially back. I'm climbing the ranked ladder again. I played some Hearthstone for about 4.5 minutes and just realized that I don't know who the fuck that game is for anymore, because that game is just not fun to play in pretty much any mode. So MTGA, though, is great. It's never been better, and I'm looking forward to playing more. Oh, also, I decided to stop playing Deep Rock Galactic. I played a little bit of that with one of my buddies, Jake, who has been begging me, just sending me Deep Rock Galactic memes, which I didn't know was a whole subculture of memes, but it is. And I played a couple games of Deep Rock Galactic, which is basically just like Left 4 Dead, except you all play as dwarves, and you're mining on different planets to mine resources, and there are giant like space bugs that are like trying to kill you at the same time. So everybody has a class, and you like get your materials and get out. It's pretty fucking great. It's really fun. So if you haven't played Deep Rock Galactic, you should play that. And it's free. I'm pretty sure it's free on Epic or Steam. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's on Game Pass PC. It's on Game Pass PC. And also, I'm almost done with Gears Tactics, which is probably one of the best games that I've played in the last year. It's probably a top 3 Gears game for me as well, which is big, high praise. So it's great. Everybody should play it. So
I feel like Gears Tactics didn't get much love, but you've been loving it.
It didn't. I feel like it didn't get a lot of love. I think that it really... I think it's probably one of those games that I was full, like, hand up. I was one of those people who was like, who the fuck asked for this? Like, why do we need a Gears Tactics game? But they made it really fun. I've never... Honestly, like, I've played maybe 2, maybe 3 max Tactics games ever. Had no interest in this game whatsoever, but it's excellent. Like, top to bottom, so goddamn good. It has no right to look as good as it does, but Microsoft was just like, you know what? We have all this fuck you money. We're just going to throw a bunch of this fuck you money onto Gears Tactics and make it one of the best looking games that's out right now. It's on Game Pass. It's on Game Pass PC and console. So if you have it and you haven't downloaded Gears Tactics yet, leave this podcast on in the background and download that. Do yourself a favor and do that. It's fucking great. So, speaking of games, speaking of video games, we're just going to dive right in because at long last, we got a trailer for the Legendary Edition of the original Mass Effect trilogy. I have only watched it about 32 times. So just a pretty light, day for me. As you guys know, if you've been listening to this podcast for any stretch of time, I'm a huge Mass Effect guy. So this is something that I've been waiting for a while. They're remastering the original trilogy. And with that is coming a lot of updates, especially to the first game, which feels very dated compared to Mass Effect 2 and 3. There's going to be some control changes. There's going to be some quality of life changes to the menus. They're going to change the UI up a little bit and make it more consistent across the 3 games. Everything's going to be, upscaled to 4K, 60 frames per second. And they're going to be backpatching Mass Effect 2 and 3 to feature the most iconic version of FemShep, who is the female option for Commander Shepard in the game, who's probably one of the, I think really started off like a new wave of female protagonists in games. FemShep was probably arguably by the end of the trilogy might have even been more popular than the male version, but was never featured in any of the promotional materials, was never featured in a trailer, was never on the cover of Game Informer or whatever. It was always the default male Shepard that's on the front of the box. But in the Mass Effect Remastered trailer, they featured FemShep in there. Just as a part of as a character in the game, not just as an option, but as
quick question.
Yeah.
Quick question. How many greasy, angry people on the internet got real upset from that?
I didn't check because I didn't want to, just frisbee my laptop out onto the fucking highway. I am almost positive there's probably a significant number that were complaining about that. But FemShep's fucking great. I actually started a playthrough with FemShep on because I did 9 playthroughs on Mass Effect 2 alone. And Jennifer Hale's voice acting. Jennifer Hale is not one of, is the most prolific video game voice actress according to the Guinness Book of World Records. They named her the most prolific female video game voice actor. She's done unbelievable amounts of work. A lot of stuff for BioWare, Baldur's Gate, Knights of the Old Republic, Dragon Age, Mass Effect, just tons and tons of stuff. Jennifer Hale is a fucking legend. And she then took to Twitter and recorded a video of her like reacting to everybody being like, holy fuck, FemShep is actually in this trailer. And she was in tears. This game came out like fucking 8 years ago. And there's still people who are like emotionally moved. And to have a voice actress who brought this character to life, like moved to tears, that people were that like overwhelmed and that overjoyed by that, like this character is getting so much love is unbelievable. Was fucking unbelievable. So what I wanted to open up to you guys, and if you have any thoughts on the Mass Effect trailer, please by all means let me have it. But what I wanted to say to you guys was, since they're making all these changes to the previous Mass Effect games to make them more in line with Mass Effect 2 and 3, is there a change or a quality of life improvement or a tweak or a new feature that came later on in a series that you like that you wish could be applied to the old games?
Can I do both? Can I do vice versa?
Yeah.
Can I do... Okay. So this is easy for me. First of all, I didn't watch the trailer because guess what? You don't need to sell me on a Mass Effect trilogy. You don't need to sell me on it. It's sold.
Bingo.
It was sold. I don't need to watch the trailer because I'm already going to buy it. It's just that simple. I saw somebody tweet out that they were potentially going to make it so you could cure Thane. Is that true?
What?
Yeah, somebody tweeted out that they might have scrapped it though. I'll have to check. But there was at one point, or is now, a potential to cure Thane in Mass Effect 2, so you could bring him over to Mass Effect 3.
I mean, that's a huge thing.
The second best character in the second best teammate character in the entire fucking franchise, who only takes place in one of the games after Garrus Vakarian. Thane, number 2. My number 2, easy. But I'm glad that they're making changes to Mass Effect 1. I was talking to Cog on Twitter about this, where there's definitely changes that could be made to it. Granted, I don't care. I'll replay 1 anyway. It doesn't fucking matter to me. I played 2 first. I beat 2 twice. Mass Effect 2 twice. Then I went back to play 1 because I never played it before. And I was like, damn, it's super janky. But I'm not playing it for the combat. I'm not playing it for like all the mechanics in the game. I'm playing it for the fucking story. And the story was incredible. So they're going back, they're going to fix it. People don't want the Mako in it. They don't want Mako missions in it. I don't really give a fuck.
They're tweaking. They're changing the Mako controls too.
Good. Maybe cut the amount of Mako. Yeah, cut the amount of Mako missions by 75%. At minimum 50. At most 75. But yeah, I mean, like, it's good. It's good that they're getting updates. For me, there's been so many variations in the Dark Souls trilogy. I'm not including Demon Souls. I'm not including Bloodborne or Sekiro. I'm just talking about the Dark Souls trilogy because we're talking about trilogies right now. Dark Souls 1 had a mechanic in which you could cut the tails off of certain bosses and get certain weapons from them. Dark Souls 2 got rid of that. Dark Souls 3 also never brought that back. I thought that was such a cool fucking mechanic that you could just target specific areas of a boss and get a unique item off of it. You could get like a unique weapon off of it. So what I want is if they ever do like a trilogy remaster, like they did with the Demon Souls remake or remaster, put that back in. Add in a couple unique boss items that you get from cutting off a specific limb of a boss in Dark Souls 2 and 3. But also take the Dark Souls 3 combat and put it into Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 1. Because Dark Souls 3 combat was the most fine-tuned in that trilogy. That's the back and forth. That's the vice versa. I want the targeted limb cutting from Dark Souls 1 off of bosses for unique items in Dark Souls 2 and 3, but I also want the Dark Souls 3 combat in Dark Souls 2 and 1. Full circle.
All right.
It's all
I don't hate
connected.
that. So I'm going to go back to my roots. I'm going to talk about Grand Theft Auto for a second. So remember how in GTA 5 they gave you 3 different perspectives that you can play as? You can play as Michael, Trevor, and Franklin, and like the story intertwines. So we all know that Rockstar takes decades to make a new Grand Theft Auto game when they're leaving a lot of money on the table with remasters. So for the sake of the story, let's say like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, right? Where if they already have all the assets, they just have to put a new like coat of paint on it, make it look good, make it like, and maybe this is naive because I don't work at a development studio, but like if they were to put it back out there, but give you the option to play as different perspectives like they did in GTA 5, where like if you play as CJ in San Andreas, what if you had like the ability to kind of tap into Big Smoke and like play the whole thing out where at the end when he turns on CJ and like you see the build up to it instead of it just being cutscenes, like you actually play that through, and you can make that argument for all of them where there's like important characters, GTA 3, Vice City, when you can just put a fresh coat of paint on that and give you different perspectives to play as. I would pay money as if it was a brand new game again. I would pay the $60 like it was a brand new game again. In the meantime, they're working on GTA 6, GTA 7, GTA 8, and they give you different perspectives to play as. I think what GTA 5 did with having 3 playable characters that you can switch back and forth between very seamlessly, and you have different decisions that you can make that affects the whole game. I think if you put that into other Grand Theft Autos, it's printing free money. You'd be able to print whatever you wanted by just getting different perspectives on storylines that we all know. And if you went back and played it again, yes, it would be fun to play it through again. But that's what made GTA 5 so fun, where like if you did one of the, I think there's 3 different options you could pick at the end. If you picked one of the options, if you played it through again, you could always get up into that point and pick a different option to see how things end. You could pick the third option to see how things end. I think if you did that with the other ones, it would be sick.
I like that. Kind of like, the way you did with GTA 5 where you could, like you said, when, picking those different endings, it'd be cool to see those games take place from different perspectives, especially because you already are playing as somebody who's like of questionable, like CJ is obviously like the hero, but he's also not necessarily a good person. So like playing that from the perspective of other people would be pretty awesome too. So yeah.
You know what I mean? Like spoiler alert, the game's been out for decades, but like at the end, obviously Big Smoke turns on him. But what if you were able to play that out and actually like work through like Big Smoke's mind where he had to go meet with this person and have this tough conversation instead of it just being a cutscene? I think that'll be really, really cool.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think that would be great. I would actually love to see that because there's so many other there's even a couple of GTA games where I feel like there's like 1 or 2 missions where you play as somebody else. Like I feel like there was a mission, and I am probably wrong, but I feel like there was a mission in like GTA 4 where you play as Roman or something like that, or like you just spend so much fucking time with them where it's like, all right, maybe I could, let me just go to like do a boxing. Let me go to a bowling league match as Roman and play a mini game where I play as him or something. I don't know. But
just like little.
I mean, it's there's something that so many people look past in the GTA franchise, and it's the characters. There's so many unique and interesting characters in every single game that people put the story first, and then gameplay second, and then like open world experience third, and the characters themselves usually take a backseat. Granted, GTA 5 did a good job of like putting the characters up in the forefront for you to like really connect with.
Yeah.
But multiple characters, not just one.
Yeah, like something so small, right? Think of Lester from GTA 5 who like sets up all the heists and all like the bad shit for them. And he's just like very in the shadows and like he's such a mystery. Just a fat, ugly dude that's just a brainiac. But like you get a nice look into him and you grow this connection towards him. But what if you were like, there was a part where like you play as him when like Michael's breaking into the embassy or whatever the fuck it is. And like you're on the computer looking at the security cameras and you have to hit all the right things and bounce back between them. There's a lot of like a lot of opportunity with those, especially like I said, because they take so long to develop and people are always holding on and just waiting for one more thing. People eat up the DLCs just for more content to play in those games.
Hey, that's a great point, Chris. That's a
Thank
really
you, sir.
great point. It's a really great. That's a really, really, really great point. So speaking of things that people are eating up right now, Bob, there has been a trailer.
Great transition, but great transition, by the way.
It's what I do. There was a gameplay trailer for The Village, aka Resident Evil 8, and there was a specific character that people have been simping over. Oh shit!
Oh no, banned YouTube. Here we come.
Here we
Hold
go.
on, let me check. I got YouTube pulled up right now. Let me see if we can just go live.
There's a character that people have been really obsessed with lately. Could you tell us a little bit about that and what the fuck is going on the internet right now?
Yeah, so the main so after all of the reveal events and the trailers, they dropped a demo for Resident Evil Village. And the main antagonists are the family of Lady Dimitrescu. I think that's how you pronounce. I don't know how the fuck to pronounce it, but her as well as her like $3, I believe, or $3, I believe.
$3.
Yeah, $3.
Hey, you got $3 Hey, you got $3 on you?
Hey, buddy, you got $3 I can hold?
But so a lot of people are infatuated with not just the 3 goth vampire daughters that people all over the internet keep saying, I would let them suck the blood dry out of my body, but also the 9-foot tall woman in a white dress
Yes.
and a huge white hat that can lift somebody up, that can lift Ethan Winter up with one hand and pick him up off of the ground.
Yeah. So much so that like the creative director of The Village said, "Oh, I know that there's been a lot of positive feedback about the new characters, and we're really excited about that. Also, for those of you asking, yes, Lady Dimitrescu or whatever is 9 feet 2 inches tall. In case anybody was wondering, and it was just like, fucking what?
Dude, it is a wild phenomenon going on right now on the internet. I'm not gonna participate, but I will say, good on them. You know?
I'm not going to participate. I for one, will not add fuel to the fire.
Nope.
Me?
I'll sit here next to the fire. I'll stay warm by it. You know, stay warm by it. But I'm not going to throw any fucking kindling into it. But it is in fucking sane what's going on right now on the internet and how so many people are just like every single day I see 25 unique brand new tweets of how they would let her step on them.
Oh my God.
Or pick them up and put them through a wall. So my question to you guys is, one, have you ever seen anything like this before? Have you ever seen the internet be this fucking horny on main? And I think we may have talked about this before, but what is or who is a character from a franchise that you would do this for, or that you wouldn't be surprised would happen today? If like, so for example, mine is Lulu from Final Fantasy X. I'm into the black clad leather belt dresses. That's essentially a corset, and her being an emo chick. I'm all into it. If they announce Final Fantasy X today and I never played it before, sure, I'm with everybody on the internet. I am feeding into that fire at that point. But who would it be for you guys?
Okay, so let me start off with the first question. Have I ever seen people be this horny on main over a video game character? Yes, I have. Because, not for nothing, and I'm not saying to go do this, but if you're ever bored one day and really want to check it out, type your favorite video game character in on Pornhub, and I guarantee there are videos that have been designed with these video game characters having sex. It is crazy. I think there's like a rule like 82 or something they call it on Reddit.
30, I think it's like, my anime friends tell me it's like rule 34.
Okay, but rule 34 then.
It's already caked into my Pornhub algorithm at this point.
Probably. And look, it's just weird to me, right? Where like I see shit like this all the time. I have plenty of accounts muted on like Twitter because before you know it, like you pop open Twitter and there's like Tracer from Overwatch, like in doggy style. I don't want to see that. It's a video game character. I don't care about that. But yes, people are sick, and I've seen this plenty of times with this whole character being 9'2", and people wanted her to lift them up and slam them through tables and crazy shit like that. I find it hilarious. Like I have no bad blood there, no pun intended, with them sucking the blood out of their bodies and shit. But we all know there's videos like that exist. They're just putting it into a video game character now, and so be it. And I kind of throw a little spoiler out at the beginning rather, about Tracer from Overwatch. But I think a video game character that's so, first of all, the Overwatch characters, they're all fucking hot. I'll say it, they're all hot. Widowmaker, I mean, Widowmaker is hot. She got the yams, and it just seems a little nuts, which is, hey, that's my type right there. That's my type. So I got to go Widowmaker on that one, strictly because of the yams. Dominic?
Yeah, and Stop Short, thanks for the sub. For me, yeah, I mean, have I seen people act like this? Yes, and the last time I saw people act like this was, so Elder Scrolls Online just announced their new expansion, Gates of Oblivion, and the last expansion, Greymore, involved vampires, and one of the characters in ESO, her name is Lyris Titanborn, and she's like a Nord, like kind of like warrior, barbarian type, and she's really tall, very big in stature, kind of like a Brienne of Tarth type build, and kind of is giving off shades of the same exact thing here, because there's a clip in the first cinematic of like a vampire that's trying to like teleport away from her, and she fucking stomps on his chest. And it's like the amount of horny memes that I saw where it was like, I would like Lyris Titanborn to also stomp on my chest, was just beyond the pale. Beyond the pale, to the point where a friend of the program, friend in real life, Matt Frary from Bethesda, I DM'd him and I was like, are any of your fans actually okay? Creative director Rich Lampert, I DM him, I'm like, listen, what the fuck is going on right now with the ESO fan base? And he was just like, I don't know. I'm not at liberty to say. Not going to comment on this. And I was like, no, it's a good point. It's a good point. You probably shouldn't. In terms of, I could have sworn we might have talked about first video game crushes before, and I don't know what I said last time, but I've done some reflecting today, and I think it might have been. I mean, just like the Pokemon cartoon count, because it's like it's based on a video game.
Sure, yeah, we'll let it go. Good.
All right, so it was Officer Jenny.
Ooh, low-key bad. Okay.
I'm just saying it was Officer Jenny. It was Officer Jenny. I mean, it had to have been. It had to have been. Yeah,
it was bad. I don't understand why the internet is the weirdest place in the world. We'll just say that. Like, the internet made people so fucking horny, it boggles my mind. Everything turns people on. It's fucking crazy. It's everything.
It's fucking ridiculous. I was just saying,
the amount of comments we get on TikTok. Sorry to cut you off. The amount of comments we get on TikTok, that's like, it's like a video of someone explaining why they hung their cleats up from playing competitive Warzone, and someone in the first comment says, "I just finished." Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's a Call of Duty video.
The internet was a mistake, is what I'm telling you. It was a mistake.
Yeah. Or they do the thing like this comment holds like inaccurate information. Remember that whole thing went around the internet of like the little eye with the circle around it. It was like false
still
and misleading.
Going around the internet as false information still circulates. Yeah.
Yeah, like one of the comments would be like, I did not beat to this. And then under it's like like false and misleading information. Like, dude, what are you talking about? This is a clip of fucking Minecraft Steve coming to Super Smash. What are you talking about?
I mean, listen, I wish that was false information. There should have been Gino instead. Anyway. But yeah, that's really troubling. It was a mistake. And so one thing that I also did this past week, and by that I mean this past 24 hours, is I watched Godzilla 2014 and also Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Great movies.
Great films. Great pictures. And let me tell you, I mean, basically the moral of the story is like humans fucked up and we were destroying our own planet and these big-ass monsters were coming to reclaim it. And that's how I feel about the internet. It's a mistake. This was all wrong. And we are going to face our reckoning at some point. Will it be giant monsters? Ideally. But
will it be 9-foot tall women who could pick us up with one arm?
It's all full circle. Full circle. Full circle right here.
Dude, it's so fucked up. Do you guys remember from like 4 years ago the meme of Tyler 1 standing next to the like 6 foot this like 6'4" woman analyst?
Yeah,
And he's just he's just staring up at her like this. Dude, hold on. I'll find it because I have it saved on my Twitter page, and I'll send it to you guys. And it's just her, and then just his head at the bottom of the screen staring up at it. Dude.
There was also like this picture that was
dying.
This picture that was circulating this week of is it Cate Blanchett who played Hela, and Taika Waititi, who is like, I don't know if she's just in like really high like boots or heels or whatever, or if she's actually that much taller than him. But it's like Taika Waititi, who's like 1.5 foot shorter than her, and he's like looking, like showing her this like iPad thing, and it's just like the memes that were coming out of that, where she is literally like 1.5 foot taller than him, was just so fucking good. Hey, you know what's not good right now?
Wait, can you just please, before you do the transition, could you just look at it in Discord?
Yeah, hold on. Let me look at my phone so I don't show it on the stream. Hold on.
Oh my god, dude!
That's his face.
It's so fucking good. It's so good, dude. That's the best one I've seen so far. It's the best one I've seen so far, dude. Easily. Shit. Whew.
So good.
Yeah, I put it in chat too in case anyone.
You're muted, dump.
I said that's fucking unbelievable. That meme, that Tyler 1 meme, is unfucking believable. And you know what else is unbelievable, Chris? Is the fact that Activision is still not doing shit about cheaters in Call of Duty. Please tell us about that.
Yes, so everyone knows how bad of a place Warzone is in. The game as a whole, competitive Warzone, is crumbling as we're seeing it, with just, long story short, the lack of action being done about people cheating. So this was 2 days ago, 3 days if you're listening to this on the pre-recorded, where Call of Duty tweeted out, "We have zero tolerance for cheaters across Call of Duty and Warzone. 60,000 plus accounts have been banned today." And then like details to here. So the internet went in a frenzy over that because, first of all, Warzone's free to play, where if you get banned on one of those accounts, you can literally just go in and make another account. And you can make the argument saying you need a cell phone number to make a new Call of Duty Activision account. Well, I'm not going to explain exactly how to do this, but I will tell you that if you left me alone for an hour and told me make as many phone numbers as you possibly can to make new accounts, within that hour, I could probably make around 200 of them. It's very, very easy. And in the words of Tim the Tap Man, which he said this the same day after the news came out, the way that they're celebrating banning 60,000 cheetahs in the game, it's comical because it doesn't matter. They're just going to like spoiler alert, guess what happened the day after? There was probably 60,000 new accounts that got made for Warzone. So that's kind of where that whole thing is at, where the big argument going on around Warzone right now and Call of Duty as a whole is the lack of anti-cheat, which they just gave out their numbers today. So Activision Blizzard generated $4.85 billion from microtransactions across all titles in 2020, with $1.3 billion coming from Q4 in 2020 alone. And hey, I'm no mathematician, I'm no economics major, like business owner, but something tells me that making an anti-cheat costs a little bit less than that. Slightly, but on the same side of the other side, I always fuck that up. Other side of the coin, same side of the coin, tomato, tomato. If you're already making all that money, you don't need to do it. They don't care, and it's like evident now that they do not care about it. All I know is the game is great. The game has so much potential, but just like the lack of caring that comes from Activision, it's mind-boggling and it irritates me. As someone who plays the game pretty religiously, it's very, very difficult to play the game, have a great game, and at the end, you get killed across the map from someone aimbotting, and at the end, everyone's yelling at them, LOL, haha, LOL, you're going to get banned. And they go, no, like, it's okay. I already have 30 other accounts on standby. And with that being said, it's like I feel like cheating's like glamorized in this game for some reason now.
Well, that's because it's all these videos thing now. It's because people are
exactly.
like, look how I cheat. Look at
Yeah,
all my
exactly.
corked routers.
And like everything that gets done from a content creator standpoint, it's a double-edged sword, right? Where you could have the biggest creator in the world interviewing a cheater. At the end of the day, there's more eyes on the cheater. And in their head, they're like maybe I could get interviewed by Nick Merckx, Tim the Tap Man, Swag, yada yada, all the big time like Warzone streamers. Maybe I just do it and I just act like I'm just trying to take a stand for something. If you can't beat them, join them type shit. And then you have people openly cheating on Twitch and on Facebook Gaming who just put something out the other day that like they can't really ban people for cheating on there, something along those lines. Don't quote me exactly, but they're having a difficult time banning cheaters on there. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to open it up to you guys. Where do you think Activision stands? Obviously, an anti-cheat is not a priority now, but within their article that they put out with that 60,000 cheater thing, they said that they're working on the in-house anti-cheat. The in-house anti-cheat, first of all, is 3 people on a team.
9 people watching VODs.
Yeah, and I tweeted this the other day. It was like Valorant, mid-game ban for cheetah hardware ban. Call of Duty. Please report the cheetah, send it to our team of 3, and within 4 to 8 business weeks, we will get back to you and let you know if we make up our mind on if they're cheating, if we remember. There's no process, man.
What do you guys
think? Dude, the number 1 ranked Valorant player just got banned for cheating mid-game. Today or yesterday, I think. It was either today or yesterday.
Yeah, I think it was today. And they're trying to deny it and all that shit. They're like top in EU, I think.
Do you guys want a quick statistic?
Yeah.
Sure.
Here. I just ran the numbers real quick. Guess how many people have created a Warzone account?
Like total?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Fucking 100 million.
80 million was the most recent.
I was actually going to say 80 million.
Yeah, 80 million was the most recent statistic. So 60,000 bans out of 80 million, right? What do you think that percentage is without doing the math? Because I did the math.
2%.
Yeah.
Just do an estimate. Give me an estimate.
7%.
7% from you, Tom. What about you?
I don't know. 2%. No.
It is.
It's like 0.05%.
It's not even a single percentage.
Jesus.
It is 0.075% of the player base got banned. So, guess what? That's not even one full percentage. I made this argument before that even if there's 10 million people out of the 80 million people who are playing the game that are cheating, that's 10 million people who aren't paying for skins or buying bundles or buying the season pass. That's 10. What is the season pass? $10?
Yes, I believe
that's 100. That's $100 million to $150 million that they could potentially lose if they put in an anti-cheat. So, why in the world would they ever put in an anti-cheat when they would, 1, be paying to create and maintain that anti-cheat, 2, lose up to $150 million potentially because of it? So at that point, the deficit goes from 150 million just to get rid of those people to however much it costs to maintain an anti-cheat. I don't know how much it costs, but it just layers on top of all that money being lost. Then you bring into the equation, guess what? It's a free fucking game. They could just make a brand new account. And if they keep getting banned and they keep making brand new accounts, what incentive would they ever have to buy cosmetics at that point or buy into the battle pass? Absolutely none, because they know there's potential for them to just get immediately banned again. So, 1, Activision isn't going to do a fucking thing about it because it's literally them burning money. They would just be burning money at that point. What is the fucking point? So, when they fucking tighten up when they undo their tie a little bit and what a hard day of work we just did banning all 60,000 of those 80 million people that play this game. Come on, guys, praise us on the internet. We're really sticking it to those cheaters. We're really showing our player base, our content creators, all the streamers around the world that we're here. We're listening to you. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's laughable.
Okay? You're not doing anything. You're not helping anybody. You're not fixing the scene. There is no competitive scene anymore because nobody wants to be involved in it. People will play CDL. People will watch CDL, but nobody wants to participate in quote unquote competitive Warzone because there's no integrity in the game. None.
Agreed.
So I don't see them ever doing it because there's another game on the horizon. It just got I saw Slasher tweeted today. It just got announced that there's another one being released this year. Big fucking shocker, right? Who would have thought another Call of Duty was coming out this year? Not me for sure. Why the fuck would they ever put more money into it? Makes no sense.
One of the crazy things too is like there was something that came out the other day where a new skin that you were able to buy in a new bundle, it made you invisible unless a person was ADSing up to like 30 meters away. So it might have been a bug or something like that, but a lot of people were going nuts, pretty much saying like, you buy something and you get an advantage in the game. I mean, that's something. I watched a video on it where like,
dude,
if you run ADS like 30 meters in, you can't see them. And then if you have a sniper rifle, you can't see them if you're like not over like 100 meters away or something like that. They're completely invisible.
Dude, they did the math. They did the math already, and they said the fucking what was it? The Mac 10 that you could buy in the store in a bundle was inherently more powerful than the one you just unlocked.
Yeah.
If
that doesn't scream, we only give a fuck about money, what does? It's pay to win.
That's exactly what it is. It's pay to win, and they don't give a fuck about their player base. So
fucking pay to win.
What are you gonna do?
I mean, the thing is this, right? Like, they're not Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2 not coming this year. Mm-hmm. World of Warcraft Shadowlands is and was the fastest selling PC game of all fucking time on its launch. So they made a guap on that. There's no excuse. There's no fucking excuse. That's what just exactly what Bob was saying. It's not worth their time to do it because Warzone is not tied to an esports. So there's no problem. There's no Warzone is for TikToks now. Warzone is you get your trick shots off, you do your TikTok shit so you can post your fucking clips or whatever. There's no integrity in it, and there's not going to be. And I don't think there's none.
And this is why I tell all of our TikTok content creators, I'll make the lobby for you guys because it's fucking easy sailing.
All right, so think of it this way. All right, so this is another thing in the whole thing. This just kind of brings the whole thing, gives us another point where I feel bad for people who like have built their followings off Warzone because it's just so obvious that they like Activision does not give a fuck about it, and like it makes like if that's your career right there, you want that game to be enjoyable. But how is it going to be enjoyable when you're dying to a cheetah every other game? And then we just saw like Vicstar, who is arguably like up there with one of the biggest video game creators. He's a co-owner of the London Royal Ravens and like all this shit big. And he just announced that he will no longer be playing Warzone because of the cheetahs and nothing's being done about it. And guess what came out after? He's hitting like big news presses and shit like that. Everyone's writing about it. Like the fucking Washington Post picked it up and the New York Times. And then before you know, we get like an announcement from like Call of Duty that they're doing something about it just because that one big person like took a stand on it. And I don't even think that's enough. But like just to show that people that have to play the game or really enjoy playing the game because that's where they get their numbers. We all know that as streamers, like you have your game, people come to you to watch a specific game. But if you don't enjoy that game, you start hating your job if that's your job.
I mean, I hate Call of Duty and it's not my job.
No, I mean, but imagine if it was and you had to deal with it.
But imagine if you, yeah, exactly. Imagine if you really enjoyed it and then out of nowhere, it's fucking left. Imagine you are a World of Warcraft content creator and then out of nowhere, just throwing this out there, out of nowhere, a guild comes out. Apparently, there's like what? We'll say like 2 million people in this guild. I don't know how big guilds can get, but there's like 2 million people associated with this guild. They have every hack in the world. Every fucking mythic invitational you guys go to, every fucking world first, raid first you go to, they win. Why do they win? Because they have all the hacks. So guess what happens? They stop doing the fucking invitationals because now everybody has access to this. Activision doesn't want to fucking input anything to stop it because they're still making a shit ton of money off of it. And then, you know, every PvP section of that game is completely broken because those people have the inherent advantage. It's
money.
ridiculous.
I mean, money. The thing is like they could easily. I mean, Activision is already monetizing parts of their games that aren't really like esports. Like you said, Mythic Dungeon Invitational. It's a PvE content thing. They could easily have zombies. They could easily do a raid world first type spectacle, but with zombies. Granted, it might not last as long, but still, it's still a fucking spectacle. They could
Better have
like,
Team Degen in there.
You better fucking have it because they're gonna win. That ain't no guess. That's what it's gonna be.
It's what it's gonna be.
That ain't no guess. It's what it's gonna be. But I mean, they could do that easily. But there's so much like mistrust, between players and Activision that I'm sure that they wouldn't believe it either. They'd be like, "Oh, this person was hacking. This person clipped through a wall or some shit." I don't fucking know.
Well, that's how you know things are fucked up. When we used to play and you died to someone, you're like, "Wow, that guy's really good." But now, if you die to someone, you automatically have to assume they're cheating, and that's fucked up. Like a game shouldn't have to be that way.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in my defense, I would always assume somebody's cheating. I have never been killed. I have never been killed in a video game fairly. So I'm actually, if you count that, my KD is like 25. So,
that's kind of the gist of the whole thing. They don't care. They're making their money, and it really sucks because there's people that like. Let's talk about Huskers, for instance, who has already earned over 6 figures since Warzone has come out in like earnings in these tournaments. And now there's so many outside things that can cause you to lose now that like it's not even worth time playing. That's why we're seeing like Nick Merck say he's not going to do tournaments anymore. We have Symphony taking a break we have Vicstar stopping. Like everyone's stopping it, and that's what irritates me because there's so much potential there. It's such a good, it's so fun. It's a very fun BR to play, and sometimes just how you play is not enough anymore, and like you can realize if the lobby's going down too quick, there's probably a cheater in there. There's just too many external forces that can really throw shit off, and at the end of the day, it costs you a good amount of money. Some of these tournaments are hundreds of thousands of dollars. We're not talking about $100. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars split. Like it's a lot of money.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is what we're the fucking world we're living in now. So, I mean, G4 is gonna have to bring back fucking the show Cheetahs, but just have it be monitoring COD streams.
That would be so good.
I'm just saying, you heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first. Also, real quick, just before we go into voicemails, we're gonna have friend of the program, Allie Baker, is gonna be on here. Speaking of G4, because she's campaigning Allie for G4 right now to get Allie Baker back on G4, and she should be on there. So I don't know if they're doing a formal vote or whatever right now, but go support Allie. Go. We're not in the shout out segment yet, but go support her. She'll be on the show again next week. Certified friend of the program, certified amazing person. Allie Baker will be on next week, and we're going to talk more about that. But Allie for G4. Anyway, you guys want to listen to some voicemails?
Yes.
Need advice?
All right. You guys know the name, you know the number, you know what time it is. 617-701-7678. The WGG Internet Dad Sauce Line. We're here every single week. Every week, this is what we do. You give us a call, and we react live on the show. It's real simple. That's all you got to do. You give us a call, you dial the number, you say some words. I listen to it, we listen to it, we react live on the show, and you become entertained. Here we go. First voicemail. What do we got? Oh shit, I dropped my phone. Here we go. Hold on a second. Oh, hold on.
Hey, what's up, gentlemen? It's your faraway degenerate Tiggy here. We got the lean and mean Papa Don. We got CDL expert Chrissy P. And we have the physician of thumbnails, Dr. Bob. And Doctor, let me be the first to wish you a belated birthday. All right. And a little hypothetical. We got Surviving Barstool going on right now. Me personally, I'm a huge Survivor fan myself. I've seen every season multiple times. I literally rewatch it on Hulu every single night. If you three were on, a desert island in the game of Survivor, who do you think would outplay and outlast the others? And also, Chris, I mean, you're on such a hot streak on the game. When who we taking this Sunday? Anyways, guys, love you guys. Peace.
Chris, you can go first with that because we all agree on the outcome for the Survivor thing.
I think we had a question like this before, and I'm almost positive we agreed that Chris would win because he would fall asleep on a mound of sand somewhere or whatever.
And be left alone.
He would wake up and we would be gone. It'd be the producers and shit of the show would be gone, and Chris would just be like, I've been surviving off of mustard, and he's been playing Survivor in his condo for the past 5 years.
Or it's like what's it called? Have you ever seen The Platform on Netflix? It's a super fucked up horror movie.
I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen it, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
They let you bring one item in, and Chris's one item is a bottle of mustard. And
wait, what show's that?
It's called The Platform. It's a movie on Netflix. It's fucked up.
I was gonna say there's a show called The Circle where you're stuck in your apartment for weeks and you can only talk to a virtual app and you can only bring one thing. I would somehow find a way to get Uber Eats to show up. They'd be like, "Can someone go check on the kid in fucking room 3? The smoke alarms are going off. How do you get cigarettes in here? All that shit." Who's gonna win on Sunday? Super Bowl Sunday. I think it's written in the stars for Tom Brady to win another Super Bowl. To be honest with you, the spread right now is 3, and I don't like that. I could see the game being a field goal winning game with the last minute drive up the field, and that would push. And I'm not in the business of pushing, so I would go Tampa Bay Buccaneers money line.
Need it, love it, gotta have it.
But yeah, as for the Survivor thing, I would win. I would easily win. My life is Survivor as it is already. I eat bread with mold on it 5 days a week, and
it's so bad for you.
If my you ever watch Doug or something, or when a cartoon where they would have dog food come out of a can, it would just wiggle back and forth. That's what my milk is in the fridge, and I've been fine. I don't need much sleep. I would just wake up to $250,000.
Just listening.
Dude, you've been sleeping for 5 days. Can you get up, please? You won. I'm like, lit.
All right, next voicemail. Here we go. What do you got?
I still think I would eliminate everybody else, but then we would just forget Chris is there.
Well, it depends on the challenges. I think I would be able to win pretty much all the challenges besides anything physical because I'm not in good shape. But eating shit, well, maybe not the mental side. I'd be good at the eating shit.
You're telling me you're gonna outwit me here?
No, that's why I went back on that word too. I have to get immunity or something like that. I would have to find a way, but I would just be nice to everyone. They'd want to keep me on there for the good laughs.
All right, here we go. Next voicemail.
What is up, WGG fam and founding fathers? It's your boy JB Genesis calling in with another weekly voicemail. Hope everyone is having a fabulous February so far. We got a big weekend coming up, and with that big weekend, we got a big decision between two things that people are going to have to decide between. That's wings or pizza. Now, me personally, I'm a wings guy, and you might say, this isn't a hard question at all. For some people, maybe not. For others, it might be. You never know. So I want to know from everybody here, are you a wild one for the wings, or are you a pizza paisan? All right, guys, let me know. Much love as always. Peace.
Oh, that's so tough.
Wait, is the Super Bowl this Sunday?
Yeah, bro.
I had no fucking idea. I've been telling people
I was supposed to take this weekend off of drinking,
literally
too.
just texted you earlier. I was just like, I'm not doing anything on Sunday. Let me know. Fucking.
Yeah, I thought you meant you were watching the game. All right, so we have to pick either pizza or wings.
Wings.
I have to go pizza. I gotta go pizza.
Why can't we do both?
What about
because that wasn't the question. I would have said, oh yeah, good call, buffalo chicken pizza. You can take it off now, boneless.
I'm a wings guy though.
I mean, if I have to choose, it would be pizza.
Have to. There's certain foods I can pound, and pizza's one of them. It's like pizza and tacos. I could eat a pie and a half alone if I'm sitting, just kind of vibing out, a little hungover, maybe a little booted. And tacos, I could have 25 of them in one sitting.
Yeah, but I could also eat fucking 50 wings too.
Yeah, but then your hands get all fucking.
Yeah, but I could also dog a whole pizza in one sitting. So
yeah.
It's pizza every time, but
I enjoy cooking and eating wings too much to not have it be wings. If I had to pick one thing for the rest of forever to eat on game day, it's wings.
Okay, so there's a question for you, wingman. Not you, Bob. I know you were good at wingman too, but if you had to, you can only pick one: sauce or dry rub.
I'm gonna rustle some feathers here, but I'm gonna go with dry rub.
Me too. Nice.
So
Lemon pepper? Come on now.
let me tell you, as somebody who has probably cooked 900,000 pounds of wings in his lifetime, I am more of a dry rub guy. I think that it depends on how you cook them. But you throw them out, you toss them in a little dry rub. Listen, they got that much more. Listen, I actually earlier today ordered online a new dry rub, and I have a cabinet full of hot sauces. I fucking love sauce. I'm the big sauce guy, as you know. But dry rubs, I'm just saying, just slather my body in dry rubs and leave me out there. And also, I feel like that retains a little bit of the crispiness too on the wings. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I mean? You got less. It's not like you just stuck your hand in a fucking vat of sauce. Especially if it's Super Bowl Sunday, you grab a couple wings. You know, maybe the bone is still a little dry. There's not as much dry rub on. You can easily get that off with a little napkin. You get the sauce. You got to go to the fucking bathroom. You got to rinse your hands off. You got to have a wet nap there.
It's under your nails and shit.
Oh my god! Please. You can't go out in public for the next 2 weeks. Fucking ridiculous. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm a big dry rub guy. I like a little buffalo dry rub wings. Not for nothing. Let me tell you something. Low key, one of my favorite dry rubs, and I don't care what anybody says about this. Buffalo Wild Wings, regular buffalo dry rub. If you've ever been to a Buffalo Wild Wings with me, I get that every single time, and I ordered that as well. I ordered that off Amazon because I was like, man, I wonder if they have that. They do, and it's like $15 for a fucking tiny ass bottle. I don't care. I ordered it because it's so good. I'm addicted to it. I'm fucking addicted to it. I don't know why.
When I worked there, that's all I would eat. I would just toss a couple in the fucking thing.
But you should see me dry rub my wings and my ribs too. Woo! Come on, fucking little. Come on.
I don't know if I've ever had Wingstop.
Wingstop is good. Wingstop's lemon pepper is very good. If I had to pick one,
that's the best one. That's like the best flavor they have.
Yeah, gun to my head, it's gonna be B-dubs just because the buffalo is better. The buffalo at Wingstop just tastes very generic. But I mean, it depends. Like the wings are so different. I don't think I've ever had the lemon pepper at Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings. If you want to sponsor the podcast, I will happily do like a wing challenge. Oh wait,
they don't like me. No,
I mean,
they're expecting me to come in for my shift still after 5 years.
You guys been on the clock. But yeah, Wingstop lemon pepper is actually undefeated. Their ranch, actually, Wingstop's ranch is unreal. It's on another level. All right, last voicemail. Here we go.
Happy Thursday, guys. It's me, C2D2, calling in this week with a Dungeons & Dragons-based question. I know at least one of you guys plays Dungeons & Dragons, and I play it every weekly on Wednesday. So I was thinking last night, if you guys were going to be a party, what characters and classes would each of you guys be? Like, what would Chris be? What would Papa Don be? And who is Bob? So let me know your thoughts, and I think this might be a funny one. Bye.
Fire voicemail right there. Fire voicemail. So our party composition, we're a D&D party, the three of us. We've done this before.
I'm going to sit back for this one because I don't know D&D.
No, Chris, no. I want you to start. No, you don't get
like, what is it? Like brains, muscle, wit, all that shit?
Yeah, I mean, you basically could think. I mean, you've ever seen like Lord of the Rings?
Maybe.
I don't know. Just like think of like you have like just do your best. Just what type of characters the three of us would be.
Fuck. So Bob would be the muscle, I guess. Like if shit went down, Bob would have to be there. Dom would be the one, like the wisdom and keeping everyone calm, cool, and collective. I would be like bait, so I'd be the stupid one that would just get like sent out and like get intel for people and end up getting put away and sitting out the rest of the campaign because I'm in jail or something. That's all I got. I don't know. Right? Was that bad?
No, it was great. That was great. I mean, I think that was the best you could have possibly done. That was excellent.
Thank you, Dom. What's yours? I mean, what's your body?
Well, I mean, Bob and I. This is tough because Bob and I have played in like 5 or 6 different D&D campaigns together. So like we know the types of characters that each other like to play.
With also drastically different characters. With
true.
also like drastically different characters.
That is true. We have played with different characters, so we have kind of an idea of you know, where it would be. I mean, if you were to like if we were to take you know, like there was this game at PAX East called Wintermore Tactics Club, and it was basically like a boarding school of kids, and they would get into like snowball fights or whatever, but each of them had like classes, and it was almost like Dungeons and Dragons, like tactics based fights, but like with snowballs basically. So like if the three of us, you know, as a podcast were to walk into a trade show, you know what I mean, and we were to like fight other podcasts and we had to have a class, this is
First of all, doesn't even matter what the party dynamic is because we win anyway.
No, we win.
It doesn't.
The game
matter.
is called I Win. The game is called I Win. So I'm gonna go with Bob. I'm gonna flip the script here. Bob is gonna be the intelligence-based. I'm talking like a divination wizard, where Bob's spells and whatnot are warping reality to his will. So that, you know, he's controlling the battlefield. He's controlling what the other what the enemies are doing before they even know that they're doing it. Chris is a dexterity based because he is very tall and lanky, and thus is like he's not wearing enough armor to like shrug off a hit, but they're missing him because he's like a human Gumby and is like dodging around them. And when you least expect it,
like an inflatable, like wacky inflatable.
Yeah, like outside of like a car dealership.
Yeah, we understand. Yep, keep going.
Outside of a car dealership on 114, he's over here like this, you know. But when you least expect it, though, like he's slapping you upside the jaw. You know what I mean? Coming around from there. And for me, I mean, I would like to think I'm the, like Chris was saying, I'm kind of the glue guy. I'm kind of like the support. I'm on like the support end as well. We're letting Chris come up there. We're letting Chris give him the pause. Bob is slowing them down. I'm over here like buffing up Chris. I'm like the bard type character. You know, I'm adding bonuses to his hits and debuffing you know, the other the enemies. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm gonna stand back and I'm just gonna talk shit to other people and debuff them, and I'm gonna hype up my homies and let them do the damage. So that's me. Bob, what are you thinking?
I was going to say something surprisingly similar. I was going to say Chris would either be like a monk type character,
Ooh.
Just because he's got those long fucking orangutan arms, you know?
I hate this one.
He's got those long, winding orangutan arms. He could just flail around.
Yeah, double down. Go ahead. Keep going.
Or, hold on. Or, I was going to say you would be our like frontline paladin tank healer because your constitution is so high because all you do is eat old rotten food. So I was going to say it's one of either way, you're our frontline. So we're leaving it at that. I was going to say potentially I could be the half-orc barbarian, which, you know, that's the old number one trope. But I would say I'd be more of a backline, like a mage per se.
Yep.
And then exactly what you were saying, Dom. I would say you would be the soothsaying bard who would whisper. What is that spell command?
Yeah.
Where it's like you say one word and it gets anybody lower than like whatever the fucking level is to just do it if they fail the check. Yep. And it's just like strum the lute. It's like
die.
Ring shit. And they all shit their pants, and Chris just punches them. Yeah, brown. And that's what I was thinking.
Very nice. I like those. You guys did a phenomenal job. Thank you.
You got it. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Let's land the train.
Our favorite orangutan.
There's like, was that like that movie like My Favorite Martian? My Favorite Orangutan. Chris, since you're our favorite orangutan, who do you want to shout out?
So we had a couple 5-star reviews with no comments on them, which is totally okay. We like that. But I have nothing to read out when it comes to that. But if you do like the show, and yeah, you enjoy it, you listen to it, you know, please leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. It really helps us within the rankings. And if you write something in there, I'm happy to read it out, shout you out. You know, you could leave a comment, the roast, a question, all that good stuff. Just make sure it's 5 stars, you know, no artificial shit. If you do enjoy the show, tap the 5 stars. Like I said, it really helps us. And I would love to shout out some of you guys. Truly, truly. Bob?
Bert.
On the YouTubes, we got a comment from Gosaya. I don't know what the second word is, so I'm not even going to say it. I don't know what it means, but it's on one of the Rust videos. Jeff B commented on one of the Symphony videos. Because they banned 60,000 and he needs time to work Activision to get his account back. I don't know what that means, but thank you, Jeff B. New sub, Harley Cash. New sub, Tiggy Nation. Finally, jeez,
Oh,
Tig.
Tiggy.
Wow. Oh my God! All it takes is me to put up a video of him.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wow.
But yeah, shout out to everybody for YouTube. Also, tomorrow. If you're hearing this, tomorrow as in Friday, today. Friday, February 5th, Team Degen is going live at noon Eastern Standard Time. Look at your clock and figure out whatever that time zone is for you. Noon Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be attempting world first for Firebase Z. It is going to be myself, Chris P., our pal Ricky, aka Doug Dagnabbit, aka Modern Warzone, and our pal Bricky. We're going for world first. See us there tomorrow. We're fucking doing it.
Hell yeah.
That ain't no guess. That's what it's going to be.
We're coming for that crown.
I'd be sick if we could world first that, man.
Can't wait to make the t-shirts.
True, world first, and it's just the Photoshop that I made.
It's like crudely photoshopped on there. And then you know what I'll do is, because they do this with like the Super Bowl t-shirts, is I will make Noah J world first t-shirts, and then I'll send them to like an orphanage.
Do you want me to do a Photoshop for Noah J and his team too?
Yes, I do. And then for me, big shout out to Team Degen, who is already is going to be world first for Firebase Z tomorrow. Shout out to Britchard, aka Bricky, who's going to be joining the squad, and also to Modern Warzone, aka Doug, aka whatever your actual first name is. I don't want to put your government on blast. I would love to join the team, but I'm just too good. I didn't want to be like an unfair advantage. Noah J DM'd me and was just like, bro, if you're on there, I'm just gonna know that they had an unfair edge. So I just didn't want to like diminish the accomplishments of my colleagues. I'm just here to support. Big shout out to everybody who has left voicemails. Please continue doing that. 617-701-7678 every single week. We're going to be doing it. And it doesn't matter where you're from. If you're from the US, if you're from Canada, if you're from New Zealand, if you're from Panama, if you're from England, Australia, it don't matter. We will listen to the voicemails. We were number 8. We were the number 8 video game podcast in New Zealand this week. If you're from New Zealand and if you're still listening to this, holy fucking shit. Thank you for the love. We were number fucking 8 on the gaming charts for New Zealand. We love you so much. We love all of you if you're listening. It doesn't matter where you're from, but New Zealand, we love you extra this week because number 8 is fucking wild. That's wild.
That's crazy.
The highest we've been is number 2, which was Panama. So New Zealand, you're still right under Panama. You're so close.
Didn't we get in like the top 10 in South Korea?
Yes, we were also I think like maybe 6 with South Korea. So you guys are up there. And listen, I'm just saying, if we hit number 1, whatever country we hit number 1 in, I'm going to make it a point to book a trip there. And I'm not saying that I'm going to go out there and do like a meet and greet, but I'm going to book a trip there and I will try your local cuisine, your local booze. We're looking for vacations for the next year. I'm just saying.
Need it.
We're going to go there. You got a gaming trade show out there? We'll come. I'll put a fucking plastic folding table down and I will personally encourage Bob to chokeslam your favorite local celebrity through that folding table. That's my promise to you.
Point them in my direction.
Just point them out. But listen, this has been episode 218 of Not Another Gaming Podcast. We love you a whole lot.
Tune in tomorrow, twitch.tv/wickedgoodgaming, around noonish, 1ish, as we start the world first effort for Firebase Z, COD Zombies Team Degen. It's going to happen. Just wait. Noah J, if you're listening to this, we're coming for that ass. I'm just saying, I am Papa Don. We got Chris P. We got Dr. Bob. We're here for you. You internet dads, we're here for you. Listen, whatever else is out there this weekend, this week has been a month. It has been a long-ass week. For me, for everybody. I think everybody feels the same way. It's just been fucking exhausting. Listen, we're here for you at all times, and we appreciate you. We appreciate you coming around. We appreciate you listening to us. We may appreciate you having us be a part of your week. And we're going to be here for you next week and the week after that. Next week, we're going to be able to celebrate being world first together. That's going to be real fucking exciting. You're going to be able to leave us some voicemails. And then when the next raid comes out in Shadowlands, me and Steve and Kenny are going to get fucking world first for that. So just fucking wait. Just wait. We're getting there. So we'll see you on Pluto. This has been episode 218 of Not Another Gaming Podcast. We love you so much. And we'll see you next week.